Today we are going to learn how to write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form when given the slope and a point. So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. That we've learned already. To write an equation of a line, we're going to need to know two things. So those two things are your slope and your y-intercept. So remember your slope, that's represented by the letter m. And your y-intercept is represented by the letter b in the equation. So the steps are, step 1, label the x, y, and m. Step 2, plug in the x, y, and m into the equation. And step 3, solve for b. So given the slope and a point, write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. M equals 1 over 2, so that's my slope through the point 3, comma 1. For a point, remember your points are always x, comma, y. Step 1, find the y-intercept, place the point and the slope into slope-intercept form, solve for b. So we're solving for the letter b. I'm going to start by writing my equation of a line, y equals mx plus b, and now I'm going to plug everything in. So instead of putting in that y, I'm going to plug in the 1 for y. Putting it in parentheses just because I'm plugging it in. M was 1/2. So parentheses 1/2. And then the x was the number 3. And then that plus b is going to stay the same because I don't have anything labeled as b. I'm solving for b. Now you want to simplify this equation to solve for b. I'm going to bring down this 1 on the left because I can't simplify 1. I can do 1/2 times 3. 1/2 times 3 will either be 1.5, or if you use your calculators, you're going to get a fraction as 3 over 2. And we can leave that as a fraction, plus b. Then the next step to solve for b, get b by itself, we want to subtract 3 over 2 on each side. That would cancel on the right. And then subtract 3 over 2 on the left. So when you put in your calculators 1 minus 3 over 2 as a fraction, you're going to get negative 1 over 2. And then on the right, we just have b left. So negative 1 over 2 equals b. Now, step 2, we're going to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Substitute the slope and y-intercept. So we're looking for the slope, which again is our m, and the y-intercept, the b. We're going to plug those in. So if the original equation is y equals mx plus b, I want you to plug in the m. The m we found to be 1/2, and the b we just found was negative 1/2. So plugging these two into your equation, plugging in the b and plugging in the m. So y equals, the m here was 1/2, and then we're going to bring down the x, plug in the b, minus 1/2, and that is my equation. Problem number 2, given the slope and a point, write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Step 1, find the y-intercept, place the point and the slope into slope-intercept form, and solve for b. So the point, remember we want to label that as x, comma, y. So I know 2 is x and the number 9 is y. And my slope, or my m value, is negative 2. Now that I have all these labeled, I can plug them in. So my slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. The y we said was 9, so I'm putting that in parentheses, plugging in a 9. The m was negative 2. the x was 2. And the b, I don't know the b. That's actually what I'm solving for. So I'm going to write plus b. Now to simplify this, negative 2 times 2 would be negative 4. And everything else would be brought down. So 9 equals negative 4 plus b. I would add 4 to both sides, so it cancels on the right. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 equals b. And step 2 says write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Substitute the slope and y-intercept. So remember, your slope is the m, and the y-intercept is the b. So I'm looking for the slope and the y-intercept. My slope is m, that's negative 2. That was given to me. And the b was what we just found, that's the 13. So if my slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, I'm plugging in the m. Y equals the m we found to be negative 2, x, and that b was positive 13, so I'm going to write plus 13, and that is your equation of a line. The next problem, they give you the point of 1, 2, and the slope of 7. Again, start by labeling. So your point is x, y, so 1 is x and 2 is y, and the slope of 7 is the m value. Now my slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And we're going to plug in everything except for b because we are solving for b. So the y was 2, I'm going to bring down a 2, equals the m was 7, so I'm bringing down a 7. X, I'm replacing that x with the number 1, and bringing down that plus b. Now you want to simplify this. 2, we can bring that down, we can't simplify 2. 7 times 1, if you put in your calculator 7 times 1, you'll get 7. Plus b. Now we want to subtract 7 on both sides because that 7 was positive. Subtract 7. 2 minus 7 is negative 5. So negative 5 equals b. Step 2, we're going to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Substitute the slope and the y-intercept. So my slope was the m value. M, we said, was 7. And the y-intercept is the b, which is negative 5. So my slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And now we're going to replace the m. The m was 7. Y equals 7x. And the b we're going to replace, that was negative 5, so I'm going to write minus 5. And that is my equation of the line. So your homework for tonight is going to be to practice, and you're going to do questions 1 and 2. You're given the points and the slopes, and you need to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form.